Friends, good afternoon. And on behalf of My Retired Life Foundation, we extend a very hearty welcome to yet another interesting program by our own Dr. Jai Shigiri Madam. And today she'll be talking about very interesting thing of tuning to body and mind. Jai Shri Madam, the floor is open to you. I request you to please take it.
Thank you, sir. Again, thank you for connecting me to my family members, as I would say. Before I go on to the presentation, I wanted to share with you that why I chose this topic today, tuning to body and mind. It will be very interesting for all of you also to know. When I chose this topic, it was triggered by certain things. What was it? Observing MRL for the past 2 years, okay? COVID, post-COVID, what happened? What was the changes that happened there? So the first thing that struck me was the structure of presentation. From offline, we all went to online. In fact, 2 years back in March, I was supposed to do a workshop on healing emotions. And I had recorded it in WebEx and I connected to Sir. Sir said, Giri ma'am, if you can come on Zoom. I'm little bit tech savvy now, but those days I said I was not very comfortable and I had some issues. So I said, sir, it will not be possible. But over a period of time, I think all of us have gone through that changes. Now we are all comfortable with the online presentation and accessibility. Now we have people from Dubai, Doha, America, all of us connecting to each, which probably would have not been possible if it was a physical meeting. That means everything has both the sides. So the good side of this online meeting is a greater number of people can connect to us. That is something very amazing. Second thing which I wanted to talk to you about was dealing with the fear psychosis. See, 2 years back, what happened? Everyone, and more so the senior citizens, all of us, what we did, we walked, we talked, we ate and slept COVID. Everywhere, this was the only discussion that was going on. But how did MRL treat it? You had a series of talks. What was that? Talks, how to prevent it. If at all, if a person gets, what should be the cure? What should be the treatment method, modality? What are the various yoga techniques? On pranayam, alternative therapies, spiritual healing, a gamut, so many topics were discussed. And what is all that? So that we people knew how to be comfortable when things were not going our way. That was a great thing. The third thing which I noticed was the bonding. We had the bonding before, but during these 2 years, if you carefully observe, the ease with which everyone is able to connect with every other person is just multiplied. It has just strengthened. The bonding has strengthened. Now everybody feels free to express their feelings and what they feel about certain issues. So this is something great. The fourth thing is the explosion of creativity. Samatha ma'am shoots, firing one script after the other, cutting across space and time, using technology. I still hats off to her. I'm an ever for that. Wonderfully done. There's so many people in MRL, the talents, acting talents got highlighted. Many people started singing. Many people started volunteering, coming for anchoring. I mean, the change was so much, one cannot but notice it. So if you all agree with me, I found suddenly the MRL became very elastic. And when one becomes very elastic, it has so many benefits. And this was possible because every MRL member's brain also tuned to this elasticity. And then we cut across several barriers which we ourselves faced. And that was something very unique. And that is why this topic I chose today. Today, I'm going to deal with 4 important aspects. One is genetics, super aging, that is cognition. The third is related to postures. And the last is very interesting for all of you, will be neuroplasticity and healing. I'm just giving you the window peep of all of this. But I'm sure listening to that, all of you will be very happy because as I keep on telling, Sir Sengupta sir has done our job very easy. So whatever I'm discussing with you, I have also applied to MRL members what's happening to them, and I'm sure you will be able to relate to it. Just 1 minute, give me some time, because this is, I need to. Are you able to see the presentation?
Yeah.
Just let me see if I okay. The audio is not there. I'll just go to, just give me some time. I'll go to the download and I'll get back to you. Yeah.
Welcome to Tuning the Body and Mind, a radio for senior citizens. You can't help getting older, but you don't have to get old. You are living long and enjoying better quality of life and generation. We have better understanding of diet, exercise, positive attitude, and being well socially connected can help us all.
Lakshmi madam, audio is not.
I have kept in the back.
Is that there are sets of
Okay,
genes that
just,
researchers throughout
I'll just see. In genetics of, we are talking about the first part of it. Lot of scientists today, especially the experts in the genetics field, are very keen to know what does aging mean and why do people age differently. And what is surprising them is that how some people are able to defy the aging process. And what is the latest discovery that can help us be more younger. So a lot of scientists, especially from the genetics field, Harvard, California, Alabama, they all have done wonderful research. And today I wanted to share with you something which will make you feel very, very happy. You will be able to hear this person.
researchers throughout the world have discovered.
Are you able to hear him?
Control your body's health. Now, there are some ways to make them more active. Now, we know that exercise, being clean, and dieting, eating a good diet are good for you. Even eating a Mediterranean diet, eating these molecules from stressed out plants is good for you. Why is that? And I don't believe that it has anything to do, or not very much to do, I should say, with antioxidant activity. What's going on is that you're activating the genes that repair the body and tell the body to be in a fitter state and try to survive during these times of adversity when we're running and we're hungry. Some of those genes are called sirtuins. There are 7 of them in the body.
Are members able to hear? Somebody may please confirm. I am not able to hear properly.
You're not able to hear?
But we can engineer.
No, I am not able.
No, even I'm not able to
It's
hear,
not
sir.
clear. It's not
Okay,
clear.
Not at all
I'll
clear.
talk to you. See, the person whom you're seeing is Dr. David Sinclair. And David Sinclair is a researcher in the field of genetics. And 4 years back, they started a research to find out the molecules that can make the body age slowly. and they hit upon a particular molecule called NMN. This NMN molecule is the one which helps in producing a molecule called NAD. Let me repeat again. Dr. David Shinkler was interested in doing research to find about the aging process. And they hit upon a chemical called NMN. And they found that this was the chemical which is responsible for producing a chemical called NAD. Now this NAD is the one which keeps us youthful. It is the one which helps in repairing the body. It also helps in increasing metabolism. It also helps you to deal with your diabetic, inflammation, so many problems. And what was so wonderful about this experiment was Dr. David Sinclair tried giving this molecule, this NMN molecule, in the water to mice. And they found out within 3 weeks, the mice became very active. They had a control group and an experimental group. The mice that were found in the experimental group within 3 weeks got rid of the diseases also. So then he thought that from the clinical trials to this, he wanted to do it for human beings. I'll show you the next slide. I just want you to see his father's picture. Then I will tell you what is the story, which is really very interesting. Okay. We'll just see if we can see his father's picture. I just want you to see it.
My father is.
You can see his father there.
All the people that I've mentioned.
Are you able to hear him? Or I'll tell you the story, no problem.
My father was very interested in our research and started taking some of the natural molecules that we were discovering about a decade ago.
No, we are not able to hear.
Okay, it's okay, fine, no problem. No problem. I'll tell you. See, his father was 76, but not very interested in anything. And but he was very keen in his son's research. So he said, I don't mind taking this molecule. So the molecule was given to him. And what a strange thing, this man suddenly developed zest for life. And I'll show you the picture which shows what happened to him.
Absolutely aware of that. All the people that had numbers above their head. My father, very interested in our research, and started natural molecule about a decade ago. Now,
He started going for adventures. He is now in Sydney and he started his NGO also. He has got more zest for life. Now, this is not the one. What is more interesting that is following for you all to understand is, I wish you could see that. I want to show you the picture where you can see him very active. What a transformation in him after taking the NMN molecule is what I wanted to show you all.
my father he did last year, I should say 2017.
Can you see this picture? I want you to see the same person whom you saw. Look at him. He goes for skiing. He goes for a trekking. He is involved in an NGO. Something really fantastic. Now, what is more interesting and you'll be very happy to know is David Sinclair tested his biological age. There's a company in America which tests your biological age with a blood test. And what he found was when he was 46, the blood test showed that his biological age is 56. So he became very conscious. He started focusing on his weight reduction. Then after some time, started having very nutritious food. And suddenly one thought came to him, why not I consume the molecule? So he took the molecule and believe it or not, after taking the molecule, again he gave the blood test for biological age. And can you guess what was the biological age now? Let me again say, when he gave it for the first time for the testing, it was 56. He was 46, it showed 56. But after the blood test, after taking this molecule, NMN, his blood this biological age showed 31.4 after 3 weeks. Something really amazing. I'm sure most of you will be wondering, when will we get access to this in India? This NMN actually leads to NAD, and NAD is very much connected to our vitamin B. So we do not know how long we have to wait for this NMN molecule to come to India, but I thought at least I will tell you. The scientists say that when you have fortified wheat products, bread, whole grains, cereals, sesame seeds, flax seeds, peanuts, all these are very rich in vitamin B. So next time you can Google out and find out all those things which can keep you. And what I wanted to tell you is, I think now you can hear this, what I'm going to tell
When
you.
will this NMN molecule come to India? I thought at least I could tell you this much. Since NAD breaks down nutrients for energy and is useful for our DNA repairing, at least we can have enriched cereals, bread products, whole grains,
Not clear, madam.
You can hear?
peanuts,
No, no.
Oh,
other things
okay,
which are
fine.
rich in vitamin
No,
B.
I was just telling what are the foods that can be
For our
taken.
DNA.
That's what I was saying. No problem.
Peanuts, flaxseed.
Okay. The next thing I wanted to talk to you about is this clear? This voice?
No, no. It's not clear.
No. Okay, fine.
An important
Okay. At all the senior citizens are worried about, the falling memory. Many people say that as we age, we are not able to remember, and everybody is scared of the Alzheimer and Parkinson. We all know about it. We have heard so many things about it. Now let us see what some of the scientists have to talk about this. And many of you probably in MRL group will be very happy that when you will know that you fall into this bracket. Memory and cognitive ability, all of us know, decline usually with age. But there are some people around 60 to 70 years who continue to be better. So this unique group which resists the cognitive decline is called the super agers. The super agers show sharp memory despite their age. And they have youth, and a study was conducted comparing these people called the super agers along with other old people and young people of 20 years and 40 years. And what was the result that showed? Amazing. They found out that the brain structure of the super agers was young. They had a youthful brain structure. And what was very important was the network, the brain connectivity. We have all neurons connecting to each other. The connecting synapses was so strong. And very important for us to notice is another quality of the super agers is whenever they are faced with any challenges, they continued. They were very tenacious. So this made them different than the other people. And the Harvard researchers continue to experiment on this to find out how we can understand a healthy aging. Now, let me tell you one thing. Many of them came out with this, that whenever you learn a new activity, and I'm sure many of you are already aware of it, when you learn a new language, when you develop a new hobby, when you play some stimulating brain games, many of you play Sudoku, many of you have so many other things which you all play every day as a routine. As well as teaching. They found that even teaching can make the brain cognitive ability to improve and not decline. So these are some things which they found. So when we keep ourselves very, very, what I should say is active, and not keep thinking about the failing memory and things like that, even whether we are able to remember or not, but we continue to keep engaging ourselves in a new activity. And I think for MRL members, they need not worry, because during these 2 years, you have been exposed to so many new things, and many of you have taken part in those things, which probably you are not aware, but the neurons in your brain seem to be very happy, because that is helping you. And with that, memory improves. With that, your alertness increases. And with that, you are arresting the onset of Alzheimer too. something really fantastic. So cognitive ability, also the experiment shows that we have a ray of hope.
An important problem that worries senior citizens is the mobility problem.
So I will again speak because you may not be able to hear. Many of us, we have the problem is mobility problem. In fact, in United States, they said $31 billion is the cost of senior citizens falling, their injury, their treatment. So that seems to be worrying them a lot. And normally we know that as we age, there is a forward bend, stoop posture, there's a forward, as you can see in the picture, hip and the knee flexed, and shoulder also gets narrowed. Now, there are also gait changes which we say. There is a pace is slow, step length decreases, your arm swinging also decreases. If you see a young soldier, when he walks, if you see the arm and the feet, you can see the perfect balance. So there is an impaired balance that is one seen. Then all of you know that many of you complain about pain in the legs, hips, back. There is a stiffness in the joints. Sometimes there is an inflammation, redness seen. Some people have some deformity. All these things are noticed. And we find out, all of you know that all of us have this problem of osteoarthritis. And we know that calcium and vitamin D are the essential for this for men and women above 60. And many of us have to use accessories to assist our function. And doctors tell us to have mobility exercise, aerobic exercise, balance training, and strengthening the muscles. Now, what I want to tell you is something going to be, you feel very, this thing about it. Are you able to hear this? Are you able to hear this?
No, not clear. Not.
Here? No. Okay. I want to listen to this very carefully. There was one experiment conducted in Harvard. I'll talk to you about that, and then another one that was conducted in New Zealand. The Harvard experiment showed the age group they took, is between 72 to 98 years. 72 to 98 years. They gave them 10 weeks training of what? Resistance training. They called it as resistance training. What was this resistance training? They made them lift weights in their legs in a progressive manner. And after 10 weeks, what did they find? They found 113% increase in the muscle strength. Let me repeat. The age group was 72 to 98. And they found there was 113% increase in their muscle strength. 12% of people improved their gait. 28% people could climb stairs with more ease. And overall, it was a good experience for them. So the doctors say that you don't have to worry that you're aging and your mobility is going to be a big problem. But if you're given an appropriate training, I tell you, it can improve our muscle strengthening. Whether you're 90, whether you're 80, whether you're 70, it does not matter. They have proved it. Okay. Now, another experiment which I wanted to tell you is the Otago experiment conducted in New Zealand. I will later on send that to sir. He can circulate it to you all. You can see what it is about. It is again a specific program given to senior citizens designed for improving their balance, muscle strength, general fitness, and general well-being. What happened was they found there was a physiotherapist who was following them 3 times a week. They had to go for the training. There were very simple exercises. All of them are given in that booklet. You all can see it. What was so important is even the senior citizens, they were all asked to maintain a diary to see what is the improvement they are seeing. So they were mainly to improve their muscle strength, to improve the rigidity, to make the muscle be more flexible and have a better balance while walking and overall improvement. And the exercise, if you see the pictures, they are not very difficult at all. Simple, but good exercise which has to be continued over a period of time. And with that, amazingly, the experimental group compared to the control group improved remarkably. Now, I do not know whether in India, but what I thought is when I read about the experiment, I thought maybe the physiotherapist in India also could start a program for the senior citizens where you are guided appropriately so that it can tone up your muscles, it can give you a better balance, because falling is one important thing which trouble us.
Walking was another
And regarding walking, I wanted to tell you something. They gave very simple, they focused also on walking. According to them, that's very, very important along with this exercise to tone up your muscle. They said walking keeps you healthy. And they give you simple tips which we also can follow. They say walk instead of driving to the shop. Many people have this habit. Walk to talk to a neighbor instead of phoning. See, nowadays at home itself, the father is sitting with the mobile, mother, the daughter, and the mother tells over the mobile, can we have dinner? Things have become like this. Connectivity has become so great that we have to connect only through mobile. So here the doctors tell you, you walk to your neighbor's place instead of ringing them up and asking how they are, if possible. Take the stairs rather than lift or the escalator. Get off the bus a block early and walk home. When visitors and family arrive, they say, go for a walk with them before you have a cup of tea and sip. And garden whenever the weather permits, of course. And stand to fold wash clothes. Wherever possible, they're giving you simple and easy tips which they say can really work wonders for you all. So this is the third aspect where I wanted to tell you. Certain researches that are conducted are giving us a ray of hope to all our seniors to citizens. Now, this is a very important one, which I wanted to talk to you about, is neuroplasticity. Many of you must have heard about it. We must have had a talk also earlier. This is a boon. This can be a bane. For many of us, it has been a bane, a curse. Why? What is this brain plasticity? It is your wiring of your neurons. And basically, we call it as the brain's ability to change throughout our lives, okay? Not only during childhood or youth as people started, even the medical field people thought. Today, we know till we die, we have this brain plasticity with us. It's our brain's ability to change throughout our lives due to an interaction between our brain and our environment, which can stimulate us. Now, neuroplasticity, what is it? It's a survival mechanism which can keep you safe and alive. It's a wonderful mechanism given to us to protect us. It helps us change our behavior. What I have not written is for better or worse. Let me repeat. It can help us change our behavior for better or worse. What is the ray of hope for us today? Scientists have started finding out how it can help us positively. What can be done so that we know how to wire ourselves in a positive manner so that we are able to get over our worries, our anxiety, etc. So today scientists have used neuroplasticity for developing new, healthy, helpful habits, promote wellness, help other people to form new behavior, to tide over their anxiety, stress, and trauma. Now, this is a big problem.
The biggest stress for every senior citizen. Today, the biggest.
See, today, the big problem for the big stress for every senior citizen, I would say, is how to handle stress. That itself is a stressful problem for them. How do I handle my anxiety? How do I deal with this illness of mine? People don't understand me. I am not able to connect to them. So things seem to be looking so bleak. And I'll give you one example. The neural scientists say, don't worry, we are there to help you. We know how to help you to assist in developing your neuroplastic ability so that you can tide over. Then you say, I don't believe it. If that was so, if our brain was tuned to be positive, why is it that we are having more and more problems today? So they say there is a method in that, how you can use it. For example, let us say you want to build a house. You straight away want to move the furniture, not possible. First, you need to go and consult an architect, have a blueprint, look at the foundation, the structure, and so many other things before you can move on to your furnitures. Similarly, the neuroscientists say there is a sequence how you can change your neuroplasticity to be wired in a positive manner. Now, let us say somebody had a heart problem. They go to the doctor. The doctor tells you, come on, you're taking too much of stress. You should reduce your anxiety. Start walking, do yoga, do meditation. You Google out, there are different forms of meditation. You come back home, you say, okay, I'll start meditating. You sit, close your eyes, and what happens? One after the other, the thoughts keep coming. After some times, you feel fed up and you say, I can't meditate. It's not easy. You know what neuroscientists say? Absolutely, you can't meditate. And the reason they give is, there is a person called Dr. Norman Deutsch, a psychiatrist, also who knows in and out of our brain. He has come out with 5 important stages of neuroplastic healing. And I'm going to talk to you about them today. I want you to listen to it very clearly. In fact, what I'm going to give you is only a window peep, but this itself can give you a lot of hope. He says that you can't, asking you to do meditation, according to him is a which stage? It is a 5th stage. Let me read out the stages. The first stage is called housekeeping of neurons. The second stage is called neuromodulation. The third stage is called neurostimulation. The fourth stage is called neurorelaxation. And the 5th stage is called neurodifferentiation. So going to meditation directly without knowing how to quieten your mind, he says will have a lot of problems. I don't say there may be many people would have succeeded too. What we are trying to say is there is an order in everything. So let us see what he has to tell us. The first thing we talk about is housekeeping of neurons. He says he gives stress to your lifestyle. He says you have to focus on a good nutritious food. Second, exercises, yoga. He says all these are very important. Why? He says if you want your nerves to be strengthened, you have to feed it properly. And how do you feed them? Through proper nutrition, exercise, walking, keeping yourself fit, connecting to people. All these, according to him, is the first foundation of neuroplasticity for our well-being. So we need to keep our house in order. And for that, the foundation has to be strong through nutrition, exercise, and yoga. Second, we come what he calls as neuromodulation. I want you to listen to this very carefully. He says, we all have to learn to be comfortable with discomfort we face. Let me repeat again. He says we all have to learn to be comfortable with the discomforts we face. You may say, what does it mean? Suppose let us say somebody hurt us. Somebody said something. Now for years, for months, for years, we keep on nursing that hurt. And we keep on saying he hurt us. He did this. Now what is Norman Deutsch telling you? He says, yes, he hurt you. You do not know why he said it. Now he cannot change it. It is already gone. He's done it. And what was the reason? We do not know. One thing you have to accept that he hurt you. Now from there, what you're going to do? Be comfortable. It is not that you close your eyes to what has happened to you wrong. You may not be able to connect to your son suddenly. You find they're not able to understand. They have their own problems. They're not able to tune to you, or they expect something from you and you expect something from them. So there seems to be a lot of things that's coming and you feel very bad about it. He says, accept, understand, your leg is paining. He says, don't say my leg will not, you can't say I will have positive affirmation. I will tell 100 times my leg is not paining, my leg is not paining, nothing will happen. It will keep paining more and more. Because every time you say leg is paining, something into your brain will tell you, which is very alert and very clever. Why are you telling lies? Your leg is paining, it will tell you. So it goes, the circle, all this secret and all is not a secret at all. It's an open secret, it doesn't work. Because things don't take place like that. We have to understand. If there is lot of dirt, we have to clear the dirt. Then if the window is closed, we have to open the window to let the air in. Now here in neuromodulation, you are a short-tempered person. You are not able to handle your emotions. You feel very weak and all that. Fine, so many people have that problem. Let me accept. Let me not put the blame on others. I have this weakness. I have this problem. I don't mind. It is coming there. So the neuromodulation is nothing but accepting the problems which you are facing. But don't keep only talking about it. No, it is there. Now you had some problem in chest. You simply did not keep telling 24/7 there is some problem, this chest is paining. You went to the doctor, right? You went so that there is some person who will probably find out and will help you. There was a faith. So similarly, Dr. Norman says, please have faith in your own brain, its capacity to heal. It only wants you to look at it. I will tell you again a story, which I might probably would have shared it with you. There was this lieutenant colonel who was, as a child, was very, very scared of everything. His father used to feel very bad. I am in military and my son is behaving like this. One day the mother told him, as a child, go and get some bread. The child went out to get the bread and suddenly she heard the son screaming. She came out of the balcony and saw a dog was chasing this boy. She just told him stop. And the boy did not know why he stopped. And when he stopped, he saw the dog wagging its tail. The mother said, your fear is like that. When you keep on trying to run away from fear by drowning yourself into drinking or any other method or mode, it's not going to help you because it'll keep chasing you, continue to chase. The moment you dare to look at it and face it, it will not have the power to torture you. When does it have the power to torture you? When you refuse to look at it. That is the time it gains. You must have heard about this character Vali in Ramayana. People who would fight with Vali could never defeat him because their strength would go to him. So this fear is like Vali to all of us. The more we fear, we are only strengthening the fear in our mind and feeding it more and more. And that will keep troubling us. And Dr. Norman Dodge tells us, please understand that everyone on this earth has problems. And we have to accept there are. But what has happened? What is the problem in this neuromodulation is what? When we are in problem, we'll never be able to get the solution. Einstein says, if you want to find a solution, you have to step out of the problem. Then only so many solutions will come. As long as you are only in the problem mode, you are locked. You won't get the freedom to find a solution. So neuromodulation is what? Being comfortable with the discomforts you're facing. The third, neurostimulation. Wonderful. He says, now we are coming slowly steps towards positivity. So what is this neurostimulation? He says, okay, what is the problem with all of us? So much of overstimulation. Morning we get up, mobile, WhatsApp, good morning message to everybody. What is the thing? So many. You open the TV, so many messages flood you. Throughout the day, we expose ourselves to a lot of overstimulation. He says, have a healthy stimulation. What is this healthy stimulation, ma'am, you may ask? He says, suppose, let us say, you're going for a walk. He says, I'm telling you what he says. He says, take 1 minute out of every 1 hour, if is it possible. He says, if that is not possible for you, take 30 seconds out of 1 hour. That's all he asks. He says, whatever activity you are doing, stop and just look. When you're going for a walk, stop walking for 1 minute. Just look around and just look at it. Just look things around you. When you are driving the car and you're parking it, don't get down immediately, he says. Sit in the car. Just look around for some time. Go. When you're sipping the tea, just for 1 minute, enjoy the aroma that is coming. That's all. You may say, what is so great about this? He says, constantly your neurons in the brain is overstimulated because all the information comes to us through sensory organs. We are seeing, we are hearing, tactile sensation, so many ways. Entry, you cannot prevent it. The moment you open your eyes, you're bound to see. The moment you're awake, ears doesn't require any gate to open, automatically sounds come. You hear things, sometimes you hear what you don't want to hear. Sometimes you refuse to hear what has to be heard. We have so many problems with all these sensory organs. He says, with every sensory organ, when you involve in it, give it a break. He says, within a month or two, you will see a drastic change. What is it happening? You're slowly making a healthy neuron firing, which is not taxed with so many things. I remember when I used to teach, when the class used to go noisy, imagine in a class you have around 70, 80 students at a particular time. The class strength is 130, but at least 80. And if there is a noise, I used to stop it and I used to tell them, close your eyes, try and listen to 5 sounds. And then the students would hear the sound of the fan too, which they were oblivious to previously. The crows cawing somewhere there, the vehicle sound in the road outside the classroom, all that they could tune. So what Dr. Norman tells us is this neurostimulation, very, very important. I'm sure all of you can spare 1 minute or at least 30 seconds. Forget it 1 hour, at least 2-3 hours in between. Just be it. Just be with it. Just look at things without, just like a, you see when a buffalo in the water, sunbathing, and even the flies are there at its tail, it is oblivious to it, enjoying itself, like that nothing should affect us. It's that 1 minute you totally cut yourself off and just be with what's happening around you without judging nothing. The fourth very important step, he calls it as neuro relaxation. Now, here in neuro relaxation, he is making you slowly come towards more better ways of tuning yourself so that you can give the direction you want it to be given. So here he says, engage yourself in activity which you enjoy. Learn to relax your muscles. Learn to pranayam, breathing. I'll give you one simple exercise given by one neuroscientist, which also can help you in neuro relaxation. They do not know how it works, but they know it helps. Your eye movements has got a greater connectivity to your fear and anxiety, they have found out. They say the lateral movements of eyes, the dancers, they are taught a lot of eye movements, but we did not know what good it had for their body. Lateral movement of the eyes, from side to side, from corner to corner, rotating the eyes, they say has a very close connection with the neurocortex. And during anxiety and fear, they say you try to do, and every day you do the eye exercises, they say that it can relax your nerves. And in fact, children who are war victims were given an exercise called butterfly exercise, where they're asked to tap their shoulders or opposite shoulders. And believe it or not, within 3 months, they got out of the traumatic feeling they had, where both the left and the right brain is able to operate superbly well. So neuro relaxation is trying to check each and every sensory organ, try to relax it in a manner which is helpful to you through breathing, through eye exercise, relaxing your necks. You have this yoga nidra, which is the best, where each and every organ of yours gets relaxed. In fact, it is called as one scientist, Huberman, has popularized it, and even Pichai from Google talks about this. They name it a neural stimulation. No sleep, but deep relaxation. But it is nothing but yoga nidra of our Indian yoga system. Nothing new about it, where you consciously learn to relax each and every part of your body. That's all. The last I come to you is called neuro differentiation. Now, what has happened? Your house was not in order. So what you did? Housekeeping. You try to give yourself the best food. You try to have fitness. Then slowly started becoming comfortable with your discomfort. You started learning to stimulate your nerves in a right manner. Then you slowly started trying to relax each and every organ of your body. Now you're fit enough for the meditation what the doctor prescribed to you. Now you can do your Zen, you can have your mindfulness. When you listen, when you close your eyes and meditation, and you'll find to your surprise, thoughts come, negative things come, but nothing happens to you. Previously, when the negative thoughts came, you ran away, you were along with that negative thoughts. But now at this stage, when your nerves are getting relaxed day by day, any new thing which you want to learn, any new habit you want to do, slowly your nerves can fire. They beautifully say the nerves always fire together and wire together. And that's beautifully true. What had happened to us earlier? Either because of rigid parenting, traumatic experiences, some of them must have faced in childhood. So many things must have happened. Ambitious parents, or we must have had ambition, we must have had some setback. That has all wired our neurons in a negative way. We have faced some setbacks, and our brain, to protect us, thinks we have to always protect ourselves from it. Any pain, we try to protect ourselves. But here, we are taught to face the discomfort. We are taught to positively stimulate ourselves, learn to relax, and then introduce any habit which you want. I know even at this stage, new senior citizens who are learning, who are painting beautifully, who are sketching beautifully, who are dancing beautifully, which they never done earlier. How is this possible? How their cognitive ability has improved. For MRL members, whatever I have spoken to you is not something new, I'm telling you, because all of you have experienced over the past 2 years. That is what I want to tell you. Whatever input I have given you, all the latest research finding is only to tell you all that all of us are in right track, thanks to Sen Gupta sir, and our willingness to go through the flow. So it is said, grow with me, the best is yet to be. We are having something very...
Look at our super agents of MRL group. Isn't it enjoyable?
I wanted to go back to the thing. The last thing what I showed you was actually the dance, which I could not place, play the video, which I'm sure, let me see if I can again try it out. I wanted to end with that. So I hope you all enjoy the dance and the fond memories.
Not just the dance, the whole talk was so good, Dr. Giri. It was so nice. Now, the only thing is that physiotherapist Otarga experiment that you had, if someone could do that for us also, we'll be really grateful.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I would love to That's what I said. It requires more time. We will see how we can do that sometimes.
Sure.
Because
Thank
the
you.
whole program is a very fantastic program, and it gives us a lot of hope that we can, even at this age, tune our habits for a better, towards a better wellness and better well-being, and at least get rid of the anxiety and fear we all face. That's
Excellent.
something
Excellent.
really which our neuroscientists, I think it's a good thing that we have come across. I thought we all could make use of it.
Of course, of course. Thank you so much. And thanks to Sen Gupta sir for organizing this lovely program.
Very nice session, Dr. Jayashree. Very nice session. Very
Thank you.
interesting.
Thank you.
Very
Thank you.
interesting it is.
Dr. Jayashree, you have made us 10 years younger. It was very interesting.
This is
True, true.
exactly